So, selling silver right now. If we can, we will. We'll get some buyers club people some great deals. But to do that, we need sellers. And I have definitely seen a slowdown in the market for selling silver right now. It's not quite what it was last year, that's for sure. And I think it's because fundamentally things have changed and we're on the cusp of something very special for silver and gold. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another precious metal ramble from my backyard. You'll have to excuse the idyllic sounds of the birds in the background, but it's too nice a day not to be outside. And I want to talk today about selling gold and silver, how I can perhaps help you, but also my observations of the market right now and the volumes of silver and gold being sold, which has, in my opinion, shifted quite significantly. Now, we have seen some turbulence in the market with prices reaching £1,950 an ounce and now back down to around £1,850 an ounce for gold anyway. Silver, still pretty good price, all things told, but nowhere near where it could be. I think there's a lot of people who are just sitting there waiting for that future rise to happen. It does feel like perhaps we're on the cusp of something big happening within the markets. It feels different to how it did before. Now, there's a lot of speculation in, of course, what I've just said there, and I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on where things are in the world of silver and gold, especially when it comes to selling silver and gold. A lot of people might say, never going to sell any of my silver or gold, but at the end of the day, some people may need to or want to sell their silver and gold. And one of the things that I did last year was help people get better prices for their silver and gold by running our Backyard Bullion Buyers Club. So that is now open for business again. I have made an announcement of that last week, and I sent a newsletter to my 1,000+ people on our little email list, and I've only had really one tentative inquiry of things to be sold. And I think that speaks volumes in its own right straight off the bat, because this time last year I was so busy with this selling service. I was getting inquiries almost every day, to be frank, and coins in every couple of days to sell, and we were bringing incredible deals out to all of the buyers. So the only real way that that can continue is if we ever find some sellers again. Now, I know there are people out there who will be looking to sell, and there are people who do sell some silver out there right now. I'm seeing still some sales topics come up on places like the Silver Forum. They are starting, I think, to be a little less frequent. They're still pretty much every day. There's some great deals to be had over on the Silver Forum, and if you haven't checked them out as a place to buy and sell, you are missing out. And also, you can enter the giveaway to win this 10-ounce bar to celebrate their 10-year anniversary. There's an information link down in the description box below, and you can get your hands potentially on this collaboration bar with Silver Angel pouring. But I've definitely seen a drop-off in the number of bits for sale, certainly in terms of gold. I think people have realised that with the turbulence that was in the market in the last couple of months, and gold certainly being up there in that all-time high of 1950 plus, that if you're selling right now it feels bad. Selling right now it feels like you could get more for your money, and holding on to the gold I think is probably a more wise course of action. So I've definitely seen a slower tick down in the amount of gold for sale. It's also a lot harder to sell gold right now. Certainly at any kind of premium, you have to often be offering below spot price to entice people to look to buy at these kind of all-time highs. Whoa, we've lost our big giant cannonball of silver. So silver-wise though, I do see silver come up for sale on the forum still, and there's some great deals to be had. The average price that I'm seeing as something that moves, like you get a lot of people who offer silver out at higher prices and it just doesn't move because people are savvy and they know what they should be paying. But I'm seeing silver sell anywhere between £23.50 and £25 an ounce, depending on what it is. They could be 10-ounce bars, they could be 1-ounce coins, they could be Britannias, maples, and people are shifting silver at that price point. Do I feel that people buying silver right now at £25 an ounce is a bad price? Not at all. I think that's a pretty good price, all things told. This time last year, give or take a month or two, I was selling out our Britannias that we would get through on the Buyers Club at around £26, £27 an ounce. And spot price at the time, this time last year, was around 20 an ounce. There was a lot bigger spread on the market. There are bigger price margins to be had, and people were able to, in inverted commas, take advantage of that. Dealers were offering new silver out at even higher premiums, and people could buy them at that price. So to buy now, a year later, when the world is arguably an awful lot more unstable, I think is still a good price. If I was offered out some silver to buy, at that kind of price point, £24 an ounce, it would be hard to sort of say no if I had an accumulation budget going on right now for my stack. But it's not as easy to come by as it was last year. That's certainly, I think, the message that I'm seeing from the market. People are looking to hold on to this stuff. And as I said earlier in the video, I do think that it represents, there is this shift. There's this feeling that there is something more coming. Whether that's wishful thinking or whether that's actually going to happen is up in the air. I think a lot of people don't know quite where the world will be in a year's time, let alone 5 years' time. And I know from my perspective as a stacker, I would rather hold on to what I've got than shift things. The only exceptions to that might be premium stuff that I have. If I wanted to maybe shift some of the premium stuff and have more bullion weight stuff come back in, increase your number of ounces, for example, like a 2017 Lion of England, arguably you could get 350 for this. And you think about how much bullion weight you can get for 350 right now at 25 an ounce. You're easily getting 13, 14, 15 ounces. So you can increase the amount that you get. And I think a lot of people are maybe exploring that and looking at what might be the options for them. But I'm certainly seeing a real slowdown in the number of inquiries. Now, maybe that's because I haven't done my buyers club for a while and there are still people out there who are just looking and waiting for the market to change, but we'll have to wait and see. But if you are interested in selling some of your silver right now, what are the options? Well, you can do it yourself. You can set up a social media profile, you can go on the silver forum, and you can list it for sale. But be prepared for a frosty welcome if you're brand new and you're looking to sell hundreds of ounces of silver to people that don't know you on the internet and are worried that you might be scamming them. So that's where my service comes in, and I can often take silver and sell in huge volumes in less than 24 hours. I mean, last year we were doing 300, 400, 500 ounces a day sometimes, and it was pretty manic to say the least. But there are buyers out there that want it. I still get emails every week from people going, when are you having deals? When's there going to be silver for sale? And the honest answer is, I don't know when, because I haven't got any clients to sell it for at the moment, because, as I say, the market, I think, is just sitting and waiting. But if situation requires you to look to sell your silver, your only real other option is to just sell it to a dealer right now. And dealers right now are offering around about the £22, £23 an ounce mark, depending on what it is. If it's a Britannia, you might get 23. If it's just a generic piece of silver like a maple, you'd be lucky to get spot price. And if it's a big kilo bar, you'll get under. But we meet in the middle, and we can look to offer out deals that are better for buyers, because, again, reminder, if you want to go and buy silver from the dealer, you're going to be paying way above what the dealers will pay you when you sell it back to them. So the spread is lower. Now, my fees are £1 an ounce for... Sorry, I've changed them. My fees are actually £1.25 an ounce for bullion grade silver, depending on the volume. If we get like really large volumes of silver in, we'll obviously give the breaks down to £1 an ounce. But if they're just, say, 10 ounces, we do £1.25 an ounce. Now, that's a fee that you have to pay. It's an added cost and it reduces the return you've got. But where I add value is the fact that you don't have to have a social media profile. You don't have to have an account on the Silver Forum. You don't have to worry about dealing with all of these customers and packaging the items and testing it all and getting, making sure it's all delivered okay. That's my job. That's what you're paying for. And it worked very well last year for all parties concerned. So if you're interested, then there's an email down in the description box below. I know I can get you a better price than from dealers, and that's the nuts and bolts of it, really. If you are interested, just let me know. Gold is difficult right now, so I will be quite open and honest. If you've got some gold to sell, you're better off just selling it to a dealer right now. If you want to just get it shot, get it gone. You could theoretically put it on somewhere like the Silver Forum, but it's gonna have a hard time selling unless it's priced realistically below spot. And if I'm charging you a fee of £30 an ounce, £35 an ounce for a big gold coin, even if you get that at spot, you're still getting the same price basically than going to a dealer. So I'm not going to rip people off. I'm not going to say you have to use my service, it's the best thing. It's there as an option, and you probably will get a decent amount more in your pocket than you would from a dealer for silver. But gold right now is so difficult. So I would say probably not any gold is coming up any time soon for the Bullion Buyers Club. But coins, maples, Britannias, those kind of things, yes, we'll do those. What I will say is, if anyone is still listening, proof coins or no, premium big coins like that, just there's no point in it for me, unfortunately. The time it takes to sell them would be far too long, the liability is far too high, and I just don't think it's worth it for all parties, unfortunately. Maybe one day we'll open up a service for that kind of product, but for right now, bullion grade silver is the way to go. So yeah, there we are with my little advert for my services, and also a bit of insight on the market right now. It is what it is, and you know, a lot of people will be waiting in the wings, I think, for where things will go. It's a hard one to pick out a price point that we'll see in the near future, but I do think that there is more to be had from the silver markets. So if you are right now thinking about selling, my advice to you, despite me advertising my services to you know, help sell you stuff, my advice would be don't sell any of your precious metals. Hold it, put it in a drawer and forget about it. If you can use money from other sources to pay those unexpected bills, then all the better. And if you're looking to accumulate stuff right now, then get yourself on the silver forum, because there are still good deals to be had. And as I said, if I'm looking at selling stuff out on my buyers club at around the same prices as those on the silver forum, perhaps even a touch lower just to be competitive, you know, you can get some good deals on the forum right now. So it's worth going and checking out. Links in the description box below to the giveaway, and you can sign up. There's a trial membership of £1 per month, and you can get access to all of those incredible deals on the sales section. So yeah, there we go. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you're a trader, if you're a bullion business, let me know what you think the market is doing right now. And if you're just a hardcore stacker and you've got some ideas about where things are, then I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, that's it from me. Thank you all for watching, especially to the Cool Kids Club members and to the Backyard Bullion Ramblers. We love you. Thank you very much. And as we did last time, I think we're just going to sit and enjoy the sounds of the birds for the last 20 seconds. Have a good one, and see you on the next video.